What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So today I've compiled all of the release dates for 99% of the anime Funko Pops coming soon. So let's check it out. Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to be talking about some anime release dates for all of the upcoming Funko Pops that have been announced. So that means everything that has been officially announced by Funko. We're not going to be talking about any leaks or anything like that. Now, one thing I do want to mention for my fellow Floridians, I hope you guys are staying safe during this hurricane. It's about to hit us in roughly 2-ish days, 2.5 days, something like that. I've been prepping videos for you guys to watch while basically the hurricane hits us, I guess. I didn't know a better way to put that. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos on the off chance my power goes out. I think it's going to because we are like in the path of the storm, unfortunately, so yeah. Now, since this video is anime related, I wanted to do an anime related question of the day, and that is, what do you think is the best anime of all time? And this can be your personal opinion. It doesn't have to be based off some statistics or lists. What do you personally think is one of the best animes of all time? I'm telling you right now, if I see Boruto down there, just don't do it. Alright guys, so jumping into things, I roughly have 99% of the animes that we should see releases for. In that 1%, if I missed anything at all, feel free to drop a comment down below and let me know what it is. Now, something I do want to note in this video, all the dates that we're going over are just estimated dates at the end of the day because anything can change, but these are what these websites are displaying. And just because the website is displaying that it may ship that time, that doesn't mean it's going to hit the stores at the same time, because it could hit stores before that date, a little bit, like a week or two before, or maybe even a week or two after, just so you guys know. So basically, I just want you to understand that these are just the dates right now. Anything can change. Now, first up, we do have Attack on Titan and Tokyo Ghoul Re here. So for Attack on Titan, we do have the female Titan, the bait exclusive glow-in-the-dark. Now, some information that I learned when I was over at SDCC is somebody told me that they heard over at the bait booth that during New York Comic-Con, we should see female Titan release over at the event first, and then probably online and in their store shortly after. But it does look like this pop is going to be making its debut over at New York Comic-Con at the bait booth. Now, there is no official confirmation of this. This is just something I heard down the grapevine, but I wanted to give you guys the only update on this exclusive that there kind of was. So if you're going to New York Comic Con, you may have first dibs at this, but you can also buy the special edition sticker version if you just want it now. Now, for Tokyo Ghoul Re, we do have Sasaki here, and he's the only one in that new set of pops that has not released officially yet. This is the glow-in-the-dark version of this one, the Sure Things Toys exclusive. Over on their website, it does say a September release, but it hasn't released. So I'm assuming it's not September anymore. So no idea on that one. I think we're experiencing a little bit of delay. I haven't really seen them comment on anything about it, but if I missed something, please let me know. But as far as I know, I just put September through October, and maybe we could see it next month. Now, next up, we do have My Hero Academia here. So first up, we do have Tomura, the EE exclusive here. This one does have a chase version. Now, the first wave is slated for a September and October release, and the second wave should be sometime next year. Now, Yuga Aoyama, the Amazon exclusive Diamond Collection version, it does look like Amazon is stating a 10/14 release, so just in roughly 3 weeks, it should be releasing over on Amazon, so if you have orders on this one, make sure to look out for it. As far as I know, this one hasn't officially released just yet, so I think that's fairly accurate. Now, for Class 1B exclusives over at Hot Topic, we do have Kinoko and Jirota here. So Kinoko did experience a little bit of delay, saying a 1/30 to 2/10 of 2023 release now. I believe it was originally supposed to come out in November, and now we're seeing it all the way in January and February of next year. No idea why, but Hot Topic says that now. And somehow Jirota was announced after her, but is still coming this year before her. Not exactly sure how that works, but it does look like that is the case, because on his listing it is showing a November 22nd release all the way over to December 3rd, so it's basically like a 2-week span there. Now, one of the exclusives that we don't really know much about its release yet is the Todoroki and Endeavor 2-pack here, which is a Funimation exclusive. Now, as far as I know, this one should be releasing this year sometime, but we only know that it's to be determined as far as when the release date is. You kind of know by now that Funimation and Crunchyroll with their releases is completely random unless they have a huge event going on. So if Crunchyroll is planning on doing any other events this year, we could very well see that 2-pack at that event. Otherwise, it's going to be a random release. Now, we also do have the Barnes & Noble Deku here, the glow-in-the-dark version of the comic. Now, I put very soon for this one just because we saw it release like 2 or 3 weeks ago. However, it was in stock for like 30 seconds to a minute and barely anybody was able to grab it. So that drop that happened a while back. I don't really think that was the official drop. They might have just been testing the website to see how it would do for this exclusive. Maybe, maybe not, I have no idea. But it was very weird that it was in stock for like a minute and then completely went away. And I don't believe it's hit stores just yet, so again, just labeling it as very soon. And lastly, we do have the Jiro GameStop exclusive T-bundle here, currently showing an October 11th release day in roughly 2 weeks. Next up, we do have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. We have one exclusive, and that is Greed, the Hot Topic exclusive here. Personally excited for this one, but this one is showing an October 25th all the way to November 5th release, so about a 10-day span there. Next up, we do have Black Clover here, and we do have two different exclusives. Now, the reason these ones didn't release with the other wave is because they're technically part of Wave 2, or they were their own solo releases. Now, I don't know if you know this, but during Funko Fair announcements, when they announced Black Clover, Funko Europe accidentally announced these two exclusives when they weren't supposed to, so we weren't supposed to see these for another couple months. Now, I always butcher her name, but Mare O Leona, I think that's kind of how you say it roughly. She is to be determined. She is a GameStop exclusive. I've asked my local GameStop twice if they have this exclusive in their system at all, and they say it's not in there, even though we've seen official pictures of a GameStop or a warehouse having stock. So it's out there, but somehow it's not in their system. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna keep having to ask my GameStop every week until it ends up in their system. So for now, to be determined. Now, Charlotte is showing a Q1 release, and Q1 means January through March, so it could be any of those months, and it is currently available over on Chow's Collectibles website if you guys do want to pick it up because it is their exclusive. You can buy a bundle or you can buy an individual. Now, moving on, we do have Boruto, and we do have the Hokage Deluxe set here. Now, if you guys don't know what this is, basically we're gonna see all the Hokages in a connecting wall piece. And if you're just now seeing these are all GameStop exclusives and available to pre-order right now. Now, jumping into the release dates, Hashirama is releasing over on 12/24, and then Tobirama 11/30. What's really weird about that is that Hashirama was announced before Tobirama. However, he's releasing after Tobirama. I don't understand how this works, how one is delayed but one is not. You know? And then the third Hokage is releasing over in January on January 2nd. So sets like these usually take a while to complete because they announce them periodically, and then it takes about a year almost to complete the set. Next up, we do have Hunter x Hunter here. So it does look like the commons are slated for October through January. This is depending on where you ordered this from, because over on Hot Topic, they stated January, but over on Entertainment Earth, they're stating like October. So it's kind of weird, so I wanted to put out a farther kind of like release date for those based off what I'm seeing on multiple different sites for pre-orders. Because this set, among many other sets, were actually really delayed and they should have been here by now. Now, we also do have the FYE exclusive Kurapika there. This one's kind of interesting because it's showing a 1/19/23 release date, which is next year in January. However, over on Jujutsu Kaisen's little panel that we're going to show you guys in a second, it also is showing the release date for another pop. So I don't know if this is a dummy date or if this is the exact release date and they just coincidentally have the same release date. However, there is a chance that this date is fairly accurate because I did talk to some guys over at FYE and they did tell me Kurapika is coming in January, so there's a good chance. Now, Meruem is a Chalice Collectibles exclusive. This one is showing a January release over on their website. If I'm not mistaken, I think they told me that it is slated for around there, so that should be fairly accurate. Some delays could still occur, but recently they've been getting a lot of their exclusives and restocks fairly early, like Anbu Itachi, as well as their Mikasa exclusive and a couple others, so we could see this one sooner than January. And lastly, we do have a Pito there, which is a Funko Shop exclusive. Now, this one's interesting because you basically have to guesstimate with this because Funko Shop exclusives are completely random. However, what I've noticed with a pattern of the exclusives when they have big sets like these that have yet to release, sometimes the Funko Shop exclusive actually releases before the wave. So I just kind of stated that we could see this around December at the earliest and January at the latest. I really think we're going to see this one go live on the Funko Shop before the commons even come in. Or the commons could come in, and then it could go up shortly after. Now, next up, we do have Jujutsu Kaisen here, and as you guys do know, this wave was heavily delayed, pushed until next year for most of them. Now, the commons are currently showing a December through January release. The Gojo Hollow Purple Chalice Collectibles exclusive that is still available if you guys want to pick it up is showing a January through March Q1 release. The 4-pack over on GameStop that is still in stock as well, I believe, showing a November 18th release, 2022. Now, when I see that release date for the 4-pack, it definitely is kind of weird because why would we see the 4-pack of the commons that are repackaged before the commons that we pre-ordered months ago? It makes no sense because they're using the same pops for these 4-packs. So I don't know if that GameStop date is fairly accurate. Because if you notice on GameStop's website, if you try to order the Jujutsu Kaisen Funko Pops, it'll say like in stock and shipping now. However, that is not actually the case. They just haven't updated their website for some reason. Moving on, we do have Sukuna as Itadori there, which is a Galactic Toys exclusive. That one does have a Chase counterpart. This one is showing a January through March release date. Now, if you guys don't remember, they had the Tanjiro with the Hinokami Kakuna dance, the Fire Sword exclusive, that also had a Chase. That one was heavily delayed, just like this one. So it's a good chance we could see it maybe pushed even farther, because for some reason their exclusives get really delayed. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we do have Itadori with the Tsukamoto doll, which is showing a 1/19/2023 release, just like the Kurapika exclusive. So it's kind of weird that they both have the same release date, but again, like I was talking to the FYE guys, I talked to them, they said that it should release next year around that time, so again, good chance for both of those exclusives. Next up, we do have the Mahito Bam exclusive. This one is currently still available for pre-order. However, over on the website, it shows no release date for some reason. Even if you order it, it just constantly gives you some shipping updates from what one of my Discord members said. They just keep getting emails saying that we'll notify you when this ships. So they don't have an exact release date just yet on this exclusive, but if you want to pick it up, it is still available. I just realized I skipped Megami with the Toad somehow. I don't know how I overlooked that, but anyways, this one is a Barnes & Noble's exclusive. This one hasn't exactly gone live just yet, and they've been very quiet about their exclusive for some reason, just like the Deku a little bit. No idea, but this one never went live for pre-order that same day like all of these did. So unfortunately, I have to label this one as to be determined because we don't exactly have any information on it at all, but we can assume that it's going to release at the same time as these other ones sometime next year, probably January through March. Now over at Hot Topic, we do have the Itadori with Sukuna Mouth exclusive showing December 6th through December 17th there. And then lastly, we do have the Nobara Funko Shop exclusive. I'm saying this one might come around December because that's when a lot of these pops are releasing, and again, like the Pito situation, it could release before the wave, it could release during, or it's going to release after. Now the last thing we do have is Naruto Shippuden here, so the comments are currently showing an October through November release, depending on where you order them from. Now as you guys do know, this next wave of Naruto pops took a little bit to get announced, so by the time they announced it, they were already in stores over at Hot Topic and Box Lunch. Now you may have already picked up a pre-order on these, however, if you go to Hot Topic or Box Lunch's website, some of these pops are actually showing in stock, so you can get them now versus having to wait for your pre-order. Now next up, we do have the Entertainment Earth exclusive Killer Bee that does have a Chase variant. Now it is showing October for the first wave and February for the second wave. Now what it means by first wave and second wave is when Killer Bee went live, if you ordered it on that specific day or within that specific week time frame before their first wave of orders did sell out, then you're in the first wave. If you're ordering now currently on their website, like for example, if you click off this video and go order Killer Bee right now, then you're going to be in the second wave and you're going to have to wait until February. Now the same thing goes for Kakashi. This one also does have a Chase variant. This one is showing an October release, but currently does not have a second wave because it didn't sell out of its first wave. Now the Hashirama and Tobirama 2-pack is currently showing a November 10th release date. We're pretty close to that. I'm really excited to see that 2-pack and those pops in person. But yes, that date is showing over on deep discount. If you guys ordered it from somewhere else, it might be somewhere around that date or maybe a little bit longer depending on when deep discount gets that stock to them. But as far as the official release date and where most of these 2-packs were sold, Deep Discount should be shipping them over in November. Now for the 8 Ender Gates Might Guy available over at Chalice, this one's showing a Q1 release over in January through March. Now we also did get first looks at this pop, so maybe it could come a little sooner. Over at GameStop, we do have the glow-in-the-dark Madara. This one is showing a November 25th release, and that should be fairly accurate given we're already seeing the Madara commons and most people have them in hand by now. And lastly, we do have the glow-in-the-dark Pain Tea bundle, which is basically a glow-in-the-dark version of the common thrown into a tea bundle. This one is releasing over on November 11th according to GameStop's website. Well guys, that's everything that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if it was helpful, make sure to hit that like button down below. I kind of wanted to collage everything together to try to make it a little bit easier for you guys to have something to go back to versus having to kind of like message me or comment on something and maybe I can't get back to you fast enough for a release date that you may be looking for. With that though, I'm going to end off the video by saying a big shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate your love and support. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information like this, updates, links, restocks, and more. And it's a really great community where you can meet a lot of great people. We have almost 200 members in there, and they would love to meet you guys. Now, we also have a Facebook group with over 15,000 members that's buy, sell, and trade. And make sure to be following me over on my social medias at Skittlerampage on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page to stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.